The Emlid RS range of GNSS receivers are great pieces of equipment, and compared to devices from companies like Trimble and Leica, they're very cost effective. But one problem is that if they break, Emlid doesn't really offer a repair service. This happened to one owned by a friend recently. The receiver had taken a few tumbles, and for reasons that were not entirely clear, it had a lot of water ingress. It also rattled in a way that really did not sound healthy. Since it was broken and about to be discarded, I figured there wasn't really any harm in taking it apart to see if we can resurrect it. When it arrived, it had no power, and when plugged in, acted very inconsistently, sometimes looking like it was working and then it would just stop. Not really a surprise because water and electronics are not good bedfellows. The top is held on by a set of 8 Torx screws. Once removed, the top came off easily enough, and it was clear there was a lot of water in there. It also became obvious why it was rattling. The antenna is supposed to be mounted into the top by 4 posts, but all 4 posts had broken at the base, and so the antenna was literally just free to move around. I was hoping it was just water that was the real problem, so I cleaned it up as best I could and then left it in a dry environment for several days to dry out. I didn't want to start taking it apart fully if I didn't need to. Once it was dry, I used super glue to reattach the antenna to the top, charged it up, and then gave it a shot. So here's the moment of truth. Been working on this Emlid RS3 that was very wet inside and rattled. And I've just glued the antenna back into the top part so it doesn't rattle anymore. So that's good news. And it should be dried out. So I'm going to try now to turn it on and see what happens. Let's see how it goes. I haven't actually put the screws back in yet because I want to see what happens. Well, that's looking promising. We got some lights showing. And what we really need is for the communications icons to come on and wake up. That's a good sign. That's the Wi-Fi one. There should be a Bluetooth one that comes on as well. I'm gonna try and see if I can get my phone to connect to it. Okay, so here we go. Let's look for the Emlid app. Emlid Flow. Looks like the base is there and showing up. And the status, we have connection. So we don't have any GPS because we're inside, but maybe you can see this now. But in the Emlid app, we've got a reach base. Nice. I'm going to put the screws back in and then we'll give this a proper test. And there you have it. A simple fix, and so far everything seems to be working fine. I updated to the latest firmware without incident, and I do need to do some additional testing, but at this point it looks like we've just saved ourselves about $3,000, which is a good result all around. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting, and I'll see you in the next video.